out. It's the week's best part. It's
Okay.
where pets rolled up.
Waiting for the echo to Substack. Okay, Substack is going. Okay, we've got the echo to Instagram. So we should be also on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter or X video. All right, we're gonna get started right away, everybody. How you doing? Hello, we're good. I'm just waiting for Kris to come back and then we'll start.
I'm here. I was just doing some things.
You were doing some things.
Getting ready for the show. I'm here.
Yeah. Hello, pet enthusiasts. Welcome to Pet Chat. My name is Jason Zakowski. I'm the dog dad of Bunsen, Beaker, and Bernoulli, and the cat dad to Bricks. My co-host with the mostest is...
Hi there. I'm Kris Zakowski, and I am the mostest hostess. Like with the hostess, mostest. And I'm just realizing I don't have my earbuds or my earphones, so I'm going to go get those in just 10 seconds.
Oh,
but my name is Kris Zakowski, and I am the dog mom to Bunsen, Beaker, and Bernoulli, as well as the cat mom to Bricks and Ginger.
Well, welcome back to Pet Chat. We've been gone for a couple weeks because Kris and I, along with Adam and Annalise, we were on holidays in Nova Scotia. We got back on Monday. And yes, so I've got a goober here. Bernoulli's with me. So Kris is just going to fix her headphones and then she'll be back. We always start Pet Chat, or we have been this whole last little bit, with some Q&A. So if you have some questions, type them up and we'll get to the questions. So we've got people welcoming us back. That's awesome. Thank you, Paula, who's watching on YouTube. And then we've got some people on Instagram saying, how you doing? Hello. Rumi says, oh my God, you guys, it's been ages. Where is my Bunsy Barnabas at? Is that Bernoulli? Because he's right here. Bernoulli, come here. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Come here. Up we go. Here he is. Here's Bernoulli. See if I can just get the camera on him a bit. Hi, bud. There he is. Okay. He and Bunsen were barking at we're barking at each other, so they're just separated right now. I'm not sure what their deal was they were fighting about. So hopefully Kris is back.
Yeah, I'm back. This is what happened. I left Bunsen upstairs because he's starting to get a little bit older and having some trouble with his joints and arthritis. And so I don't want him to go thump, 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 thump down the stairs, because he runs down the stairs like he's the youngest boy in the planet. And so I left him upstairs. But Bernoulli was like, Bernoulli went running upstairs and jailbroke him and brought him down. Yeah, he brought him downstairs. So then I had Bunsen, and then I took him upstairs again because you now have Bernoulli. And so Bunsen is safe upstairs, not going to hurt his joints as he thumps down the stairs. But he does want to be part of everything, of course. But, I just want to keep him safe and healthy and take care of him.
Yes, you're a good boy. Bernoulli's being his goober self right now with me.
Yes.
He's very cute.
He is.
Okay, so you're back, Kris. We're going to take some questions. We don't have a lot of pet stories because we've been gone. We were gone to Nova Scotia. So Gabby, who's watching on YouTube, asked a really good question. All the pictures were great. Thank you. We posted about that in our Substack. What was your favorite part? So Kris, we'll throw to you. Kris, what was your favorite part?
I just loved every part of the holiday. Every part had like something to do that brought joy to each and every one of us. Um, it was really fun listening to the live music. And, if you know me, I am all about shenanigans and I like to plan things, but nothing ever goes the way I plan it. And so we were going, I know. I planned a ghost tour.
You did a great job, Kris.
Well, every trip, every excursion had a funny part to it for sure. But I really liked, when we were in Halifax, I booked the ghost tour that was not a ghost tour. And I said to the guide, "Oh, I'm looking so forward to hearing about the ghosts," because we did a tour like this when we were in Victoria. And she's like, "Oh, no. That's not what you booked. You just booked a tour about the learning about the harbor front and the Halifax explosion and the Titanic." But she said, "I'll make it scary for you." Perfect. So there was a little bit of that. And then when we went to, we went up to Tatamagouche and we were ill prepared for the level of mosquitoes that were there. But the funny story about trying to find towels, hilarious, was super good up in Tatamagouche. And then of course, if you've heard me laugh, it's crazy. And so we were on the boat going whale watching and there was nothing, no whales, nothing. And then Adam told a joke and I started to laugh. And then whoops, it was the call of the whale because the whales just started coming. So I was just laughing and the whales were coming and it was just an incredible time. And so there was lots of humor and jokes at my expense because that's who I am. Like every time I face the world, it's like, this is me. There's going to be comedy every 5 minutes, intentional or not. So every part was my favorite part because we were making joy and memories with our family. So
yeah,
I really did enjoy meeting Rich. We met one of our amazing followers that we met through this platform.
Followers,
yeah. So our followers have some have become our friends, and that's really, really awesome. And so it's being able to spend some time with him, visiting and fact checking our Halifax tour was was pretty fun. Yeah, everything was great. What was your favorite part?
So I like to swim. I like to swim, and we found by kind of like accident this waterfall that was in Tamagouche. It was about 1.5 kilometers to hike into the thing, and we got there and we were the only ones at this waterfall, and it had a deep swimming pool underneath of it. You could jump off the rocks from the side. Nothing was too dangerous, I thought.
Disclaimer:
Kris, what?
The disclaimer. You have to say the disclaimer.
What's the disclaimer?
That people have died there because they jump off the top.
Well, yeah, they jump off way too high. But like you can dive off the side in the deep places if you know what you're doing. So
but
Adam
people don't know what they're doing.
I know, or if you've had some drinking. So Adam and I had like an absolute blast swimming in this waterfall hole, swimming under the waterfall. Maybe some people saw some photos and picked videos of it. That was my favorite part by far. And we had actually so much fun. We went back there a second time the next day. So, yeah. Okay. There's questions from Instagram. I have to go back. Tigra 1881 asked, did you have to travel far? Yeah. From Red Deer to Nova Scotia, it's a bit of a fly, right? It's how many hours flying is it?
Well, that's the hard part because we went through numerous time zones.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up, but it was all day travel, right? So we left at about 11 and then we got in about midnight, and it was kind of the same deal going. But because of the time zones, you lose 3 hours or gain 3 hours. But it did take pretty much the whole day of travel to get there and back. Yeah. But it was fine. I thought the planes were great. We flew with Porter going there, and I thought they were excellent. And we were a little leery because we were flying WestJet back, and the WestJet staff were going on strike, or did go on strike temporarily. And I was like, oh my God, how are we going to get home? But it all got sorted out. They signed a deal with WestJet, so that's great and good for them. Okay. I'm not seeing any other. Oh, so Backyard and Buzz says even the whales love Mummy Fave. Chubby K from Instagram says, welcome back. Your holidays looked amazing. And then Constance the Bride said whales wanted to see what was so funny.
I know. We had a whale of a time, that's for sure.
Oh my God.
It was so good. It was so good. And I would laugh and they would come. And then tell everybody about the smell.
Yeah. So we got
that surprised you.
Yeah. We got so close to the whales. They have a smell, like from their mist, their exhalation through their blowhole. It wasn't, I don't think, unpleasant, but it was just like a really unique kind of fishy, oceany, earthy smell. And you'd think that they wouldn't have a smell, but obviously like the stuff's coming out of their body. So I just thought that was really cool. I'd never been that close to whales in my life. They were pilot whales, very cute, kind of dolphin-y looking things, like a mega dolphin, basically, is the best way to describe them.
Right. And yeah, more of like between the porpoise and the killer whale kind of idea. But what was really cool, folks, is Elizabeth got on the boat with us and she gave us the safety tour, or the safety demo explanation. But then she also talked about, coming from Vancouver, she's from the West Coast for sure. And then she travels out at this time of year to study the pilot whales as part of her research. So she shared a lot of the science of what she did. And it was just cool, seeing the passion that she has for science and for study and for learning. It was just amazing.
Yeah, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
We have Colleen has a funny comment. Getting bounced out of the raft wasn't your favorite part.
It was my favorite. No, just kidding.
So Kris booked this thing called the Tide Bore Adventure.
Well, Fundy Adventures at the Tidal Bore. Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Bay of Fundy in Nova Scotia / New Brunswick has an enormous amount of water that rises up due to the tide. I think the Bay of Fundy is the largest in the entire world for the amount of water that comes in.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that water, as it's rising in some areas, it rushes in this great big wall of water and makes rapids. So I thought the thing was super cool. We kind of boated out on the boats and walked around on these sandbars and slid in the mud. And then we got in the raft and then it was on. And the best part was we went through the rapids and the water's like splashing us and we're holding on for dear life. And then Kris said to the guide, she's like, oh my God, that was so much fun. Thank you.
This was amazing.
This was amazing because you thought it was over, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And he's like, oh, we haven't even started yet. And I think he knew we could handle it. Our group was a little crazy and he took us right into the walls of water. And I think the third rapids we went through after the kind of the starting one, a couple big walls of water came in and it knocked the guy on the other side of the boat and Adam into me. And I got kicked out of the boat into the rapids. And I was totally safe. I'm a good swimmer. I had a life jacket on and they hauled me back into the boat. And then not too long after that, Adam just got taken out of the boat. Like the hand of God came and just like swiped it. It's like a wave came and then there was no more Adam. And he was like way far back. He got kicked out of the boat so bad. So yeah, maybe some people saw that on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we had to wait because I paid a little bit more to get the GoPro footage.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was fun. But when you fell out of the boat, Adam owned it. Adam said, Dad, I think I body checked you sideways. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh no, it's okay, Adam. And you were having fun. But the other guy at the front of the boat, he definitely body checked you. And that was the second time that he fell into and towards the boat.
Yeah.
And so, but he didn't own it. He didn't say, oh, I think I took you out. No, he was being sneaky. He didn't say anything. But then we have the footage and it's like, oh, well, you can't help it. Like the wave of water is like a solid wall and it's shovey. It was really shovey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's tough to tell if it was a body or the water that smacked me, but like I knew it was Adam. But then when we watched the retake, the guy shot forward and I think he headbutted me in the chest at the same time that Adam like body checked me sideways. So there we go. Gabby has a really cool story here about seeing beluga whales. I would love to see them in the wild. I love beluga whales. We actually did a science story on the kind of the fat on top of their head. They change the shape of it based on their emotions and how they want to communicate. So obviously that's from a science article, not from me studying them. So yeah, beluga whales are pretty cool whales.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Kris, are there any comments or questions on Instagram? Or
yeah.
Twitter, sorry.
Well, here on Twitter, Marla can't stay for long. She wanted just to say hi and catch a few minutes because Chesney thoroughly enjoys listening to your voices and she does too. So thanks, Marla. That's Marla from Team Service Roddies. We, of course, very much enjoy visiting Marla and Jason and Chesney and Kenji. And we definitely follow their antics on social media as well. Steve says hi. Paula says welcome back. And Paula wants to know, have the dogs and Bricks been super clingy since you came home?
Well, let's see what's happening with this guy. Berni.
So Bernoulli is a stage 5 clinger. Just letting that out there. And he definitely, every time I get up, he comes with me wherever I'm going in the house. Like, oh, you're going into the bedroom. Oh, you're going into the bathroom. Me too. And because I let him go everywhere with me, that he just, it's normal. Jason has boundaries. He's like, Bernoulli, you can't come in the bathroom with me. But I don't care. Bernoulli comes in, Bricks comes in. They all are like, oh, hi, what are you doing? So, they're all doing that. Even before the show, actually today, I had all of them. I had Bricks and Bernoulli and Beaker and Bunsen was hogging the whole door. So, Bernoulli and Beaker were barking to get out and Bunsen was just like laying there hogging the whole door. So yeah, I did have all 4 in here with me, and they have been more clingy for sure. Like I have Beaker right now, and she definitely has been hanging out with me on the couch a lot, and Bricks too. He comes up and he snuggles right on my neck, and I love that. He's a troublemaker. Like today he was licking soap. It's like, what are you doing, buddy? He's like, I'm licking the soap on the counter. It's like, what are you doing? You're crazy.
Yeah.
But I think he really appreciates, and the dogs do too, that we're back 24/7 with them and hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I just want to acknowledge and give a shout out to the folks that are watching and listening on Substack. I forgot to open the window, and because I didn't open the window at the start, I would have missed your comments and questions. So if you were on Substack and you did have a question, please retype it if you feel like it. I'll get to the comment or question again. I know that's kind of annoying, and I didn't mean to ignore you. That's my bad. I just have a lot of windows to monitor, and I'm a little bit behind in the 8 ball here.
Well, you're just out of practice.
Yeah, I'm out of practice. Yeah.
Belinda does say hello and welcome back from the chilly future. She's looking at 10 degrees Celsius where she is in Australia, which she did the conversion 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And I feel the same way, Belinda. We left a heat wave in the Maritimes to come back to Alberta, where we are not having a heat wave. And I thought maybe I saw frost the other day. I hope not, but definitely it's cooler here.
Yeah.
So I do have stories of the week with the dogs.
Okay, so we're gonna we take some questions and then we talk about stories of the week. So Kris and I are gonna do a couple stories and then we'll get to more questions if they come up. Yeah, so go ahead.
So when we went to pick up Bernoulli and Beaker, I had my camera ready because I wanted to see Bernoulli and Beaker's reaction. And Jason definitely put it on social media, Bernoulli looking and then going, oh my God, it's my mom. And then Beaker, come on, let's go. And so then he jumped in and then he almost jumped over the counter. And then that's when I stopped the video. But so hilarious. He knows how to jailbreak anything and everything, I think, at Waggles. And they have a gate that they push down on. It's like a little push, and then the gate opens. Well, Bernoulli went boop, boop, and he let himself and Beaker into the area where parents pick up their dogs. And he's like, I'm here. I'm not waiting to be let out. And I don't know if any amount of Bernoulli you need to sit would have made him sit. He was so excited. And Beaker too. Beaker, I didn't get her the same way because Bernoulli was all in the way. Like he pushed her out of the way. He's like, I'm here. Yeah. Look at me. But yeah, she was crying and so happy to see us as well. Okay. Do you have a story?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of one. We've only been back for a short period of time. We did go on a walk with Bernoulli and Beaker today called Wagon Walk with the boarding and the dog school Waggles. And it was probably Bernoulli's best walk. For the first like 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes you can be, a little excitable, where he's like running from side to side and pulling a bit. And this time he was like really like almost perfect the entire walk. So that's maybe a bit having to do with him being neutered. A lot to do with how much work we've put into, some of the stuff we've been working on with him, because like dogs will only get good at stuff if you practice. And we fell out of practice with leash work with him because we don't have him on leash on our property. So he was playing catch up. But it was an awesome walk and there's a lot of good friends there that the dogs really like.
And I did work with him the day previous. So yesterday, I met with Shar. She owns Waggles and she is an extraordinary dog trainer. And we did some work with Bernoulli with, like all the things that we want him to work on in terms of being a therapy dog. And so he just gets more skills and more confidence. And so we met in the Costco parking lot and I did a lot of heel work and I did, change sides and just building up the relationship and the confidence between the two of us. And, let's go. And I want you on the right side. I want you on the left side. So we did change sides, we did swish, we did all sorts of training, we did auto sits, we had him downstay and greet people, greet people with carts, greet people with kids, and do all of this practice. And it was amazing. And Bernoulli did so well. And Shard said that I did really well too, which is most of it, right? We train the dog, but then you also have to train the human. And, it was really, really good. He listened, he behaved, which he does, but it was just, I felt good having a guide with me, in case I needed some correction or I needed to be a little bit more direct with Bernoulli. It's all about communication with your dog and telling your dog what to do. Otherwise they're confused. But there was a little girl and her dad, and she says to her dad, why can't we have a dog like that? And so that was really cute. And we're going for 2 more sessions, where Jason gets to go next time. Kashar wants to see both of us separately and how we are, and how I think more Bernoulli responds to us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're going to go 2 more times. And so that was super, a super great day, between Bernoulli and I yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I shared it on social media, but while we were away, it was the last lesson of Bernoulli's level 4, where the handlers, we would take the dog to a patio, and we've been practicing with Bernoulli all summer at patios, and he is rock solid. Like, he is so good. He just lays down and he's a good boy the whole time. Does not bark, does not try to pull away, does not inappropriately interact with anybody. And Char's like, could I take Bernoulli while you guys are away? Because Bernoulli was staying at Waggles. And I said, sure. And it was just so sweet to see that Bernoulli did so good. I'm not sure which patio this is at, but yeah, then they did a bunch of like sit stays and down stays. And this was Bernoulli with, I think, Char and Trevor. Trevor's Char's husband, and Bernoulli did stellar, Char said, the whole time. So we were really proud of Bernoulli. Yeah. So a lot of people had questions, Kris, about what happened while we were away, because I think it was a bit confusing for people. Bernoulli and Bunsen and Beaker all went to Waggles, and the plan was they were all going to be at Waggles for the whole time, and Brick stayed at home at our house, and your awesome friend Amy agreed to house sit for us and watch Bricks and just keep an eye on things. And then also we had some help from Gord and Duncan, because Duncan didn't come on the trip. He had stuff to do. And then Gord, of course, people know about him as your father-in-law.
My stepdad.
Or your stepdad. I'm sorry. Anyways, about day 2, Char contacted me and said that Bunsen was having some trouble. He was just stressed out. And that happened the last time Bunsen was at Waggles, is that he didn't sleep well and he was anxious. And it was just because he's older, and we never actually did any boarding practice with him. He just came with us. Like, he just came with us on every trip. And trips that we were gone for were like a night. And then usually Gord would feed him and take him out and help us out that way. So unlike Beaker and Bernoulli, Bunsen doesn't have the same kind of practice. So the fallback plan was for him to come home. And then he did. And then Amy had agreed to, if that happened, to also watch Bunsen. So that's what happened. That's what happened with the pets. They were kind of separated for the time. But
that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Beaker and Bernoulli love Waggles. And Bunsen likes going there too. Like, it's not that he's never been there. Like, we have taken him to wagon play, and he does come on wagon walk. But he definitely, even with us, sometimes we would go to the mountains and he just won't settle, even in the Airbnb. And, usually the first night it's bad, because it's like, if you've had children, you never sleep when they're babies, and Bunsen does not do well the first night. And then the second day he calms down and then he's better. But, so this is not new behavior for him, but definitely it's a lot. It's a lot for, any boarding he would have trouble at. Yeah.
He's a bit of a diva.
He is a diva. Mm-hmm.
He's the bestest good boy, but he's a bit of a diva. Yes. Oh, and this Gabby has a good comment. I'm sure Bricks was happy to see Bunsen come home. Amy had a comment about that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She said Bricks is so happy to have a furry friend come home in Bunsen, and that really got me in the heart, because We just love our pets, and we love the relationship that they have forged together. You know, I was talking to someone and she's like, do they all get along? Like, do you know how rare that is, that they all just mesh together? And they do. They do. They are amazing.
You don't think that you don't necessarily see Bricks on social media interacting with Bunsen that much, but he does every day. He is so comfortable with Bunsen. He will sleep next to Bunsen or close to Bunsen. He jumps over Bunsen all the time, and he play attacks Bunsen the most. Bunsen will be like walking by and Bricks will like pounce on him. And
do his little jazz hands.
Yeah, and I've never caught it on camera because it's just like so fast and unexpected. But of all of the dogs, Bricks is the most like playful, like play attacky with Bunsen, which is really cute.
Yeah, because he knows that Bernoulli will be like, oh, it's on like a prawn at dawn, and Lick Monster will come out.
Yeah, exactly. Constance the Bride on Instagram says, we dog sit for my friend, have since they adopted him. This summer he came 3 times. My dogs think of him as part of the pack. And then Little B says, Bricks is a very chill cat. I think he was a dog in his previous life. Maybe. Maybe.
He's pretty chill. Now, of course, he was rescued from horrific conditions in a shed between here and Drumheller. And but his foster family was incredible. I could not have asked for a better foster mom, cat mom than Angela and her kids and the day home that she ran, because all of that. And she had 5 adult cats of her own that helped train him to be a cat. But then also like interact with people and be calm. And, you know, he was so cute when we first saw him for the first time and he came over. Oh my God, my heart melted. I'm like, this is the cat for me. And now he loves you.
Yeah. We had, you were sleeping in, but Bricks and I had a giant cuddle on the couch. Or in the lazy boy chair for probably 45 minutes. He just snuggled in. He's pretty sweet, pretty cute cat. Okay, that's really all of the stories I have. I apologize. Someone is writing not in English, and I don't understand, and I don't have translate. I can't click on translate, so I think they're asking a question, but I have no idea what it is because it's not in English. A nice comment here from Sue. Hi from Pennsylvania. Thank you for sharing your vacation with us. I've always wondered how you came up with Bernoulli's name. It's so perfect. Sure, we can tell that story real quick one more time. So once we decided that this third dog was joining our family, which was crazy, it just came about in like 2 weeks. And you picked him. You picked out the puppy.
Yeah. No, that's not entirely true. There were 10 puppies to choose from, and a couple were already spoken for. And you said it has to be a boy.
I did.
So you narrowed it down that we had to choose a boy of the litter. So I had to choose from the boys. Okay.
Anyways, after you picked the puppy,
I did, and then I picked the puppy, Big Red.
We were. It was a long drive back from. Where was it again?
Grand Prairie.
Grand Prairie. Okay, like how many? Yeah. 6 hours. It was a 6-hour drive.
Took us 6 hours to get there.
Yeah, 6 hours to get there, 6 hours to get home. Alberta, Canada is huge, and that's only like 1/3 of the province we drove through. So our province is like very tall and skinny. Well, no, it's not really skinny either. It's just huge. It's just a lot of trees. Anyways, so we had a lot of time to spitball names, and we wanted to keep the bee name going because of Bunsen and Beaker, and we wanted to keep the science theme going, and that kind of limits what you can pick from. And Kris had a list and she was rattling off all these different names. There was a couple good ones like bismuth and beryllium and I forget, there was a couple other ones. And then you said Bernoulli. And it hit me in my heart because that was perfect.
Perfect. I am like, what about Bernoulli? And you're like, and your breath caught, and I'm like, that's his name.
Mhm.
That is his name. Yeah.
Bernoulli's principle is the principle of lift. So when you have different speeds of air that flow over or liquids, you have a rising effect. And one of the things that we try to post uplifting content, like stuff that makes people feel better. And that's the perfect name, because we're getting, like, one of the reasons why I was okay with getting a third dog is like Bunsen was getting older and we wanted him to help train the new one. What a great way to keep the legacy going with a name like Bernoulli. Right. So that's where that came from.
And then we had Bernoulli for like a month, and then Bunsen's head caved in. And then we had the saga of the tapeworm cyst. So hindsight, I don't think we would do it any different. Are you there, Jason? Are you frozen?
Yeah. I'm just reading all the comments. Somebody was translating it from Portuguese, and they're asking how they could buy a Bernese Mountain Dog. We don't sell Bernese Mountain Dogs. Somebody's asking about pet insurance. Yeah, I did a post about how expensive pets can be very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people, depending on where you live in the world, you need to do your own research about which pet insurance is best. We went with Pets Plus Us, and so far they've been pretty good. They've covered most of Brix's horrific stay in the ICU. They covered a massive percentage of that, and it was no small chunk of change. But I did hear that some people have been very disappointed, and that the rates get jacked up as your pets age. There are other ones you can pick from. I think still the top rated, but it is very expensive. That's Trupanion. Trupanion has a very good reputation, but of all of the different pet insurances, I think it is the most expensive to cover stuff. So
per month, yeah, like their fee per month,
yeah. But so you might get what you pay for. So do your own research. Don't just take, and it depends on where you are in the world with what insurance. Remy says they let you pick the puppy. Usually the breeder picks the puppy for you. I've only been, no, we got to pick the puppy.
And we got to pick Bunsen.
Mm-hmm.
Beaker was the last one. Beaker was the runt. No one wanted her. So
yeah,
that by process of elimination, we got Beaker.
Well, it was everybody's loss. Why didn't they pick Beaker? She's so cute.
She's so good.
Just so little compared to the other dog.
So little. She said, and she is still so little. She's such a sweetheart. Love her.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we got to pick the puppy. And we picked Bunsen too.
Cliff says my boys have Trupanion. Yeah, we've heard really good things about Trupanion. Maybe we were the ones that made a bad choice with Pets Plus Us, but you know what? So far, so good, right? Any insurance is better likely than no insurance unless you're putting money away. That's kind of the idea. Had we not have insurance, that I don't know if we would have went on the trip to Nova Scotia. So there you go. Beaker was waiting for you guys. Yep, we picked her. Graceful Girl says, I have a friend and she is the only person that knew Bernoulli was a scientist and knew what Bernoulli's principle is. She was a science teacher. Aw. Very cute. Okay, let's talk about just some wrap-up stuff, Kris. So
We're ready to say goodbye already.
well, we were going to take Bernoulli to do some more training, and I'm out of stories. And I think we can save some of our stories for next week, maybe.
Oh, well, there'll be more stories for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to think if there's any more stories with Bricks. Nope. Beaker. No, she's just a good girl.
Carrie says, hi, Jason and Kris. I'm an RVT in Victoria. Any insurance is good insurance. Thank you for being great pet parents. Yeah, that's true. I can't imagine, not to be too much of a downer, but there was something, one of the vet doctors, which was the lady that we all like so much. What was her name again? The shorter vet that was working the night. Annalise really liked her. Do you remember her name?
Mm-hmm.
She was the first one that was like, I think we need to start the cat on the FIP meds. She was the first one.
Yeah.
God, I forget her name. There was a whole bunch of, there's like a vet team at the vet hospital. Anyways, she was talking to us and she's like, she was trying to say it without saying it, that a lot of times with cases like Bricks, who was so sick and would have died without intensive care, that the vets know what needs to be done, but not in every case can they do what needs to be done due to finances. And that was kind of sad. And it is what it is. Not everybody has insurance or money. And but it was kind of heartbreaking to hear that. So yeah, any insurance is good insurance. Last kind of comment, and then we'll get to the end. Bricks is Bricks still on meds for FIP? No, he finished them. He has to go for his checkup now.
You could tell everybody about that, Jason.
Okay. The day before we left, I took Bricks for his after FIP checkup.
Yeah, I called and I made an appointment that day. And I'm like, Jason, your appointment's at 2:30 because I had a nail appointment. And so I couldn't go. Yeah.
So I love taking Bricks anywheres. I love him a lot. So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. I've been packed for weeks. So here we go. And so I took Bricks and he's in his carrier. He rides in the carrier really good. And we get there and they're like, okay, we've got to do an ultrasound on him to see if he's got fluids. And we need to take Bricks in the back. I'm like, oh God. Because the last time he swiped at the vet and cut her finger. So he looked like,
and it was the same vet, same girl,
same vet,
same nice girl,
same nice lady vet. Yeah. Same awesome vet. We love vets so much. And I'm like, do you want me to come back there and like try to like feed him the goose stick while you do this? She's like, oh no, we'll be okay. So they leave. And like 10 minutes later, they come back and with Bricks and they're like, okay, that did not go well. Bricks was growling and he was swiping. I guess he was like standing up, was standing up like Godzilla, going like swatting at the vet tech and the vet team. And it was like, I'm so sad because he's such a gentle cat. He's so friendly, but I think he's just all done with that vet hospital. So anyways, they're like, we couldn't do anything. Here's your cat. Please give him this drug that will dope him up the next time. It's like gabapentin. So we have to drug him up so next time he goes in. Yeah. That's that story. Okay,
that was a funny story because then you came home and you're like, it did not go well. Bricks was swatting and growling and having absolutely none of it.
Yeah, I've heard him growl before. It's kind of spooky. But he was only growling when he was at the vet at the hospital. He probably has PTSD from that place, honestly. Yeah. Okay, so just a couple wrap up items. For the folks that supported the Moose Lake campaign, the Moose Lake Squeaky Toy campaign, thank you so much. We are down to less than 7% stock. Like there is not very many left. And we love seeing everybody tagging us in photos and sending us photos of their dogs and even cats playing with the moose leg. So we're just thrilled with how the toy turned out. It does look like a cartoony moose leg, and of course it squeaks, which is fun. So thank you for that. I was hoping to have some stuff today to maybe hint at, but it'll have to be next week. We have some exciting stuff to mention that will be getting in about November, just in time for Christmas. That's on the same vein as the moose leg dog toy, but that's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
Kris and I have to wait until kind of the end of August to see how the new tariffs from the United States on Canada shake out. If they do, there is a potential 50% tariff on Canada on a whole host of items. One of those things is paper products, and that's our calendar. So the 2027 calendar, we make a calendar every year. It's one of our favorite things, and we love making it. And Kris, you got all the dates done, and I got all the pictures done. It's ready to go. So we just got to wait to see if that does go through, so we can price it appropriately for American customers. When that happens, then we'll know what it's going to cost, and then we can start planning to get it printed. Yeah. Anything else to mention on like that kind of front?
No, but I do have Susan in the chat here. Speaking of the tapeworm cyst, isn't tomorrow the anniversary of Bunsen's surgery? And it is also the feast day of Saint Roch, the patron saint of dogs. And yes, it is. And then, and that's not lost on us that, 2 years ago, it was a very stressful time with Bunsen, and we just love him to bits. And Paula says, happy birthday to you, Jason. Happy early birthday.
That's the problem with having that calendar with all those dates on it. People know when my birthday is.
No, I don't have our birthdays on there.
Oh, our birthdays aren't on the calendar. I don't know. How does Paula know that then?
Because she's our friend.
I know.
She's our fan turned friend.
She knows things.
She knows things. Anyway, so Jason's birthday is coming up on the 20th for all the people listening. So birthday wishes will be... Actually, we on our birthdays, we post about it. So she probably wrote it down in her calendar.
Yeah. Michael says Brick says Godzilla, love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we going to talk about the Comic-Con or no? Maybe next week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very exciting.
But that's not this week story. No. That's next week.
I'll give people a hint about it.
Oh, yeah.
So we got invited back to the Edmonton Comic-Con with the dogs. Bunsen is retired. So we're taking Beaker and Bernoulli and Bricks. We'll see how that goes. And one of the guests that they're trying to get us to meet, we'll just say... You can't see him.
Us people would have to know. That's pretty sneaky, Jay.
Yeah. But we'll go to Paula. Paula came up to talk on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi guys,
Paula.
welcome back. Oh my gosh, we missed you so much.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
Hi. I know your birthday, Jay, because number one, it says it on X, but I've known it for years because you're my friend.
That's awesome. Thank you.
No, I know. Happy birthday.
I was teasing about, I thought Kris put it on the calendars and I'm like,
oh no. It's on X, but I think we've known each other for such a long time that I know that anyway. So, but I thought I'd let the cat out of the bag. But speaking of cats and everything, I've just been enjoying I love Bricks in a Box, and I call it Lick Box because Berni just licked them to death. But that was so cute. But going to the moose legs, I'll tell you, get a moose leg because Trixie took out her squeaker in less than 3 days, so I have to get the sewing kit and repair the moose leg.
No.
She just loves that thing. When it came in the mail, I had 3 of them on the counter, and I didn't even show them to her, and she kind of like sniffed up in the air like new toy. And she's so smart, and she jumped almost, put her 2 paws on the counter to see what was on there. And I said, well, you're gonna have to wait. But the minute I gave to her, no, they're really fun. They're great size, and it's just really lots of fun to see everybody having a good time with them. So good, all good there. And I'm so envious if I think I know who you're talking about when you're saying invisible. So, but anyway, but thank you very much for all your content and welcome back, like I said, and glad everybody is back home. So enjoy your birthday week, buddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A couple comments from Substack. Somebody said, do an e-calendar. Yeah, that's something we could think about for sure. And then Barbara says dental floss works really, really good for repairing dog toys. That's interesting. It's pretty strong stuff. And then one more question. Jib 04403. Off the wall question. What breed of cat is Bricks? So we did his DNA testing.
We did.
He's a Bricks mix with about 20% Maine Coon.
And then 40% Western cat.
Yes. And then a hodgepodge of other stuff they can't identify. So he's very much like a bunch of mixed cat.
Yeah. Bricks mix.
A Bricks mix, yeah. All right, thanks for coming to Pet Chat today, everybody. We will see y'all next week. Chris and I are back to teaching soon. What is it?
No! Blasphemous. No.
Summer has to come to an end.
No.
I'm back on the 24th. That's very soon.
I think you're back on the 25th. I'm on the 26th.
Okay. I don't know.
I booked a dental cleaning on the 25th. So, if it's my first day back.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right. But we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully I have some exciting news to show you guys. I was hoping to have it for our paw pack, which is our paid community. But we'll tell them about it, what we're doing. I just can't show them. So. Okay, take care, everybody.
Show and share, but only share. No show.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, thank you everybody for coming. We really appreciate it. I know we haven't been on for a couple of weeks, and you're still all here, ready to hear about our shenanigans and our sharing of our pets with you. And thank you for your comments and your things that you bring to our community. We really love it. We do have a podcast if you're interested. It's called the Science Podcast, PAWD cast. But being on holidays, we haven't really done it, but we will. We got to get back into all the things that we do. And
I just talked to Dr. Jen Goldbeck from the Golden Ratio, so that interview will be on the next podcast.
Yeah, that's amazing. And the music is still playing, so it's not like the Oscars are out on me.
It's going right away.
It's going right away. So thanks again for coming, everybody, and talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.